Hey good people, welcome once again to Morit Farms. I'm on my journey to Mwisho wa Lami, Mau Narok in Narok County, where we planted carrots and today is a harvesting day. So I'm en route to Mau Narok. Mau Narok, we plant a lot of horticultural crops. We do peas, we do carrots, we do potatoes. And for this case, our case today is harvesting of potatoes or of carrots. So this harvesting process is a 10-acre piece of land that we planted carrots, and today it's a harvesting day. We have the broker at the site. It's unfortunate that the prices this time around is very poor. So a bag is costing us 300 Kenya shillings. It's really unfortunate, like $2 or $2.5. So such a bag full of it is 300 bob. What happens here is at the market it's costing that 1,300 Kenya shillings, but now you see the process of harvesting, the process of loading on a tractor, the process of washing at the river or in the circle, and the process of loading or loading on a lorry. All that cost is vested on the farmer. So when the farmer remove all that cost, you remain with 300 Kenya shillings. So a hoping 1,000 is given to these guys. You find those guys who are softening the ground, the others are collecting it and putting on a bucket, and then from the bucket to the bags. So you can see all these bags. We are getting currently the harvest is around 60 bags per acre on average, but though some other plots we are having 30 bags per acre. It depends on which area. So those sites which we got a very good harvest, we're having 60 bags per acre. One thing about this farming this time around, in normal circumstances we get like 2,500 Kenya shillings to around 3,000 to up to 5,000 at a good market price for a whole bag like that. So one bag at 5,000, when you're doing at 60 bags per acre, that is you do the math, that is good money. So 5,000, you see in 60 bags, it's enough to repay back whatever you invested. But it's unfortunate because right now I'm not seeing that money. It's very worse. Today actually the temperatures is 8 degrees. You can see how these laborers are working. You see the process of harvesting. It is raining. Carrying it, you can see that woman she's carrying heavy load into the tractor. And that's why sometimes I say farming is not for the faint-hearted. It's not a secondary activity, neither is neither a part-time activity, because what involves here, you have to brace yourself. Sometimes there are times which things are terrible, and at times things are good. I've passed the pain of all types of crops, potatoes, peas, carrots, but also there's a time when things turn on the right side and become so good. The carrots planting process, you do first plowing, you do the second plowing, you broadcast your carrots. And a disclaimer here, you must broadcast when you expect heavy rainfall. So you need heavy rainfall for you to broadcast, because that is key for their sprouting and seeding up. And then from that, within 10 days you have to spray a herbicide. So before they start germinating, you have to spray a herbicide exactly 10 days. So you spray herbicide like glyphosate to kill all weeds. From that, you start, after every 2 weeks you spray a selective herbicide. So there are a number of selective herbicides in the market. which you can actually use to spray. It kills everything else except carrots. So you spray until a level whereby you've controlled the weeds, and then in that manner you also be spraying foliars. For our case, these farms are still very fertile, so we don't apply fertilizer, but we just apply foliar fertilizer. We don't apply the granular fertilizer. And then you ensure that you control insects, because we have some cutworms and other forms of other insects. At times we have fungal infections, but it's not that much. So, but you have to be keen by scouting, and you get any disformal disease you have to control. But what is important is applying the starter foliar, vegetative foliar, and as well as the fruiting when it's reached that stage of fruiting. This lady is carrying almost 120 kilograms of carrots. That's almost double weight. Farming practice is not really easy. Anyway, so the process of planting carrots, you have to uproot weeds. Sometimes they have some stubborn weeds, so we uproot. So you bring like it depends on the intents, like 20 women in an acre. They can approach it very nicely, and those are the kind of costs you incur. For carrots, if you can easily control weeds, you are good to go. So the challenge, you reduce all the challenges you have, and then the key thing, as I've said, is controlling weeds. Now this is the last stage or the last phase of carrots processing before it goes to the market. So someone has to be contracted to wash. It's a very tedious process. You need to purchase water. There are skilled people who does this, and then sewing into bags. So you can see there's a method or the standard they are being sewn, and then it is loaded in the truck, ready for the market. So this is now the last phase where now the farmer gets the pay. If you're thinking of doing carrots, you have to be very specific to timing. I would ever say timing is key in this aspect. It is not, sometimes you can get an off guard. Like for our case right now, we are at loss, but we don't faint. We move along. We are just soldiering on. But I know things will actually work for us at some point. I just took you through the activities that involves the farming of carrots from the farm until it is ready for market. Hope you've seen a different picture of how do farmers toil and how do farmers incur the energy that we put before this food comes to your table. It's not as easy as you might think. So farmers should be our heroes. Anyway, thanks for watching. Remember to hit that subscription button for further videos. Thanks.